Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case this is your first time on my channel, my name is Twinkle Orujuba and you're welcome. In today's video, we're going to be making this yummy, delicious Abacha Enugu. If you're from Ofotu, then you know what I'm talking about. This is what we're going to be making today. So guys, I want you to stay tuned and see how I made this delicious Abacha and Ugba. Growing up in the eastern part of Nigeria, Enugu State precisely, this is one food I can never get tired of eating. This video is in collaboration with Adorable Kitchen. She's a food blogger based in the US. Now guys, let me take you through our ingredients. First, we have Abacha, which is the main ingredients. This is the dry one. And over here we have omo, or what you can also call kanda, which we'll be using for Ugba. Here we have mackerel. Here I have Ugba. I have what you call ngo. This is an alternative to potash. I like using this one. Here I have ogiribo, and then I have my red oil. I'll also be using crayfish. This is about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of crayfish. I have ehuru seed, onions for garnishing, and then seasoning cubes. Then I have my table salt and then pepper. I have the scotch bonnet pepper and also the dry pepper. Then this leaf is just for garnishing. So I've already cooked the kanda, so just go ahead and cut it into bite sizes. And this is what we're going to be using to make the Ugba. I'm going to be making the Ugba separate. In case if anybody wants to also know how to make Ugba, you can just make it. A lot of people might prefer to eat it separate or make it separate, so that is exactly what I'll be doing in this video. So this is how you do the ngo. You pour water and then you sieve it. The ones left underneath is the one you throw away. The liquid is all you need. A drop of it can give you a perfect ncha that you need for Abacha. I personally prefer this because potash can sometimes upset the stomach. So now let's make the Ugba and set aside. So in a bowl or pot, whichever one you're using, pour your oil and then add the drops of ngo. This is going to give you that orange color that you need for your ncha. So use a wooden spatula and stir it continuously because you need to get that orange color. So can you see the orange color now? This is what we need. So now next thing we're going to do is just to add all the things we need together. I personally don't cook my Ugba, so now I'm adding ehuru seed. I've already blended it, and then I like to use this scotch bonnet for my Ugba so that I will be seeing it really well. I like it when it's visible. So now add the scotch bonnet and then add seasoning cube and salt. You might want to be very careful when you're adding seasoning cube and salt. Just a little goes a long way because the quantity of Ugba we are using, we're not even using too much, so you don't need too much seasoning. Okay, if you put too much seasoning, you're not going to like it. So I'm adding the seasoning cube and then I'll add little salt and crayfish and then mix it very well. Next thing is now to add the Ugba and kanda. So once you pour the kanda and the Ugba, next thing you do is to turn it very well. Make sure you mix everything together and taste for seasoning, taste for salt, see that everything is adjusted the way it's supposed to be, and this is your Ugba. This is what we're going to be serving our Abacha with. This can also be eaten alone. If you're a fan of Ugba, you can enjoy this alone without Abacha. Now that we are done with making the Ugba, let's go ahead and make the Abacha. This type of Abacha is usually dry, so what you do is to soak it with hot water just for about 2 minutes. It's going to soften it, and then you drain the hot water and set it aside. Next thing we're going to do is to fry our fish, and before I fry my fish, I like to sprinkle a little salt and then a little seasoning cube, just a little seasoning cube, then massage it really well and then fry it. It gives it a very good taste, especially when you didn't pre-cook it. I like to fry my fish very dry, so it depends on how you like it. If you don't want it too dry, go ahead and make it the way you want it. In a pot, pour your oil. We're going to heat it just a little bit to dissolve the oil, and once it dissolves, take it down. I don't like to cook my abacha, so add the ungo to form the orange paste. Once you get that orange color, go ahead now and add all your ingredients. Add your pepper, ogiri, very important. Add crayfish and then ehuru. Also add your seasoning cube and salt. Taste it and make sure the taste is the way you want it to be. Now add the abacha. So once I add the abacha, I like to use my hand to mix it very well, but you can also use a wooden spatula if you don't want to get your hand messy. I like to use my hand in mixing it, that way I'm sure of mixing it properly. Also check out Adorable's kitchen to also see her own recipe of Abacha Enugu. I'll leave the link to her channel in the description box, so please do check it out. The last thing to do is to dish out the abacha and garnish it with fish, ugba, onions and vegetable. And it's ready. I have never seen anyone from Enugu that doesn't like abacha. Abacha is just something you need to try if you haven't tried it before. I'm sure everybody has tried it before, but seriously, this is something I enjoy all the time. Also check out Adorable Kitchen to see her own style of Enugu abacha. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Also hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next one. Stay safe guys. Bye.